at the storage unit. We have some people to thank really quick that have supported us through our eBay store. We much appreciate it. Mary and David, you said that your husband likes to put stuff in like caramels, like little caramels. Caramel apple. Get it? That's cool. So we do appreciate the support. And also, Kent, you bought the cane. This cane, it just drew me to this thing at the 127. I had to buy it. I just think it's neat. I think that you're really going to enjoy it. I think it's very comfortable. It has a little brass removable handle where you can actually put different handles on top of it. So thank you so much for the support. Now moving on to the sales. We sold the Matco Tools little pair. And I picked these up for like 25 cents a piece, or actually probably less than that. And these sold for $13.50. The Red Devil DP1 glazing tool also sold for $53 plus shipping. These always sell, and they sell within like probably a week or less. They're very, very desired. Also, if you ever see the vintage pom-pom golf club head covers, they always sell really, really well for me, and these sold for $30 plus shipping, so it's $10 a piece here. They are made in Scotland, I believe. Yeah, made in Scotland. I think they're also made of like wool or some sort of wool blend, but really, really cool there. Good sale. $13 for the jack-o'-lantern. You have $7 for the Disney golf hat, which is really nice. All this is plus shipping also. Your free bows that you picked up, we did find out what was wrong with it. We did plug it in and it said please wait. Then we just Googled it, and there's like a $10 or $20 capacitor inside of this thing that would have to be fixed. There's some soldering involved. You have to take it apart, and this is actually the good one. If you didn't know, there's a whole bunch of different Bose Waves model. This is the AWR CC2. This isn't the CC1, and it's not just the Bose Wave. This one in working condition is like 200 and some bucks. So for parts, and you get the remote right there, we sold it for $44 plus shipping. $22 on the brass metal dolphin thingamajiggies. We picked it up for $5 at a yard sale. I care about you. I care about you.
I care about you.
I care about you too. I care about you. This sold for I think $20 plus shipping. We had a whole bunch of watches that were like not even like good. They were all for repair. None of them worked. We sold for $8 plus shipping on a. Actually, they didn't sell on auction. They sold as a buy it now, which is weird. The Hook flip flops right here. Picked them up for $5. They sold for what, 25 plus shipping or $20 plus shipping. Dickies pants, $10 plus shipping on that. A massager thingamajiggy. We picked this up in North Carolina, I believe, when we were up there in Hiwassee, and that's just sold for $17 plus shipping. GPSs, I'm telling you, they still sell. You got to get them cheap. This one sold. This one is the Drive Limit Lifetime Maps 7-inch screen, I believe, and this one sold for $20, $25 plus shipping. And then two really mediocre sales when it comes to golf clubs. TaylorMade, $10. Our golf club sales have really gone down because we just haven't found any good golf clubs. There's a lot of golf club hustlers around here, and also most of our golf courses have closed. Everybody has already sold their clubs at those actual communities, so we don't see a lot of golf clubs anymore. I mean, are there still deals to be found? Absolutely. Are they few and far between now? I think that they are. I don't think it has to do with a lot of people selling golf clubs on the side, because I know a couple people that got out of the game of selling golf clubs just because we don't have the courses to support it anymore. So, but there's still a lot in the area, don't get me wrong. And also there's our biggest sale of the day is actually over the other storage unit, so let's head over there. Also, I'm going to tell you what item eBay took down and gave us a Vero and a safety strike. They did all types of stuff.
Probably do it in here.
Why?
It's hot out there.
Okay, Kayla wants to do it in here because this is a AC unit and the other unit it's not. And I think today the heat index is like 110.
150.
It's not 150. I think it's 110. But like Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, I think it's supposed to be 120 with like 50 or 60% humidity. So it's warm outside. So the item that they took down, if y'all remember, I picked up the bubble lights. The Christmas lights that were bubblers, and they were from the company Noma. And so, but I did see online that you can't sell the lights. They're actually toxic. If they break, there's stuff inside of them, super, super toxic. So I did not sell the lights. I sold the sockets to the lights, which I saw multiple ones listed and sold on eBay. I didn't think it was a big deal. Literally Noma sockets. Didn't put the words bubble lights in there or anything like that. I just had it was like the model number on the light or the size of the light bulb that went in the socket, and about like 2 weeks later they took it off of there, said you can't sell them. So my advice is anything that is banned, I wouldn't even disassemble and then sell for parts, because this one right here seemed like it would be okay. There was a lot that were sold, a lot that were listed, and they end up taking it down and giving us whatever type of email that they sent us. So my advice, if it is banned, I probably wouldn't even part out the parts unless it's a generic part like a screw or something like that. So I mean, live and learn, and don't sell Noma bubble socket lights. The other storage unit, but real quick, I want to get your attention over here. I don't know, like 2 months ago we showed that they were building a brand new storage unit here. Check that thing out. It's got one more story up. It's going to be huge. Huge. Look at this mess we got in here. Alright, so the biggest sale of the day are going to be golf shafts. And, I mean, what's the number? Number 8. New Harrison. These are actually golf shafts that are kind of hard to find. Not because they're, you know, really sought after. They're just old, and they're junior shafts. And they sold for $100 plus shipping. Super easy to list. We're so far in the profit on this build, it's insane. And then also how we, this right here, as you can tell, we have a mess. This side is just junk. It's just, or personal stuff that we have in here, like, you know, the old Coleman, the old Cabela's, the old Coleman, the old Igloo, the old Coleman. That's not junk. What is junk is all those car parts that got zeroed on us from Nissan. They're all junk. We've called around, nobody wants them, so we're actually throwing all of them away. Sometimes you gotta cut your losses. Right now we're paying to store it, and there's nothing that else can be stored back there. So we are going to get rid of a ton of stuff. We're going to get rid of a ton of stuff, like hopefully in the next 2 weeks. Probably not next week, but the week after we need to come in here and just really start going through a ton of stuff, getting rid of stuff. And this all right here was supposed to be for our yard sale, and we messed up and we can't attend this year for the yard sale. So this stuff right here is probably going to be either donated or given away for free on Facebook Marketplace. All this is full of just miscellaneous stuff that isn't quite worth like the $10 on eBay that we want. And so there's a ton of stuff in here. We'll go through it to see if we can lot some stuff up or give away some stuff or whatever we can do. But all this is going to get out of here. But all this right here was completely full of inventory. So what we do is, and if you get a bad one, you get a bad one. If you get a good one, you get a good one. We just take one of these bins or two of these bins a person a day, or however long it takes you to list everything in there, and what is ever in there has to be listed, cleaned, and then you can't get another bin before that. We seem that works out the best for us. There's no picking or anything like that, because we just shove stuff in here. Like this bin right here is full. Like if you pick this bin, if you were Kayla and I, you would have to list all this stuff before you could come and pick another bin. So sometimes you get like some really good stuff, and it's pretty easy, and you're like, oh, that was an easy bin. And sometimes you get like pots that need to be cleaned, or what's the worst thing that you've picked?
Probably the pots.
Yeah, pots, Revereware pots that need to be cleaned are no longer on my buy list. They're done. Get them out of here. So what we're going to do is, all this will look different. We actually want to put more shelving in, right? Like from this point to this point, put more shelving, and back here be the big things, because what we're going to end up doing here in the winter time is going to start buying more storage units. Because storage units really, I mean, they're very, very profitable for us around here. I mean, one of our biggest things were the storage units that we bought with the little figurines. So we're hopefully to get back into those, only buy like good storage units, hopefully, no like junk or anything like that. There's a gigantic bug that just flew in. Don't move a muscle.
When you see the camera go down,
He's gone.
that's probably what was crawling on my arm.
Did it sound like a helicopter landed on your shoulder?
Yes.
Oh, could have been him then. So, that's what we got. That's our plan of attack. Like I said, it's a lot of stuff. As you can tell, we are not at the storage unit. We're actually at my work desk. This is one of my work desks that I have, where I print all my labels out, and with the label maker and everything. So we're going to go ahead and thank some people that bought some stuff from our eBay store that has been supporting us. Thank you so much. Kathy, you bought something else from us. These are the Matco little screwdrivers for the pair. Thank you so much. Also, Leroy. Leroy's been around this channel actually before I think it was a channel. I watched him with Harry Tornado before I actually started, I think, on YouTube. So I've known him a really, really long time at this point. And you also bought a set. Thank you so much for the support. And then also Vintage Willow Wears. You bought these pair of Nikes. We picked these up at the boutique, down the Goodwill boutique. So thank you so much for that. Also, we had some good other sales. Right here, there is the Larry Mahone shoes. Or boots right here, $45 plus shipping. We actually bought these off of another reseller, Tony, and we got some other boots right here. These are just Steve Madden. They're really, really good condition, so for $10 plus shipping. These Allen Edmonds, make sure you always run your Allen Edmonds because there's a certain ones that are worth a ton of money, and these right here, the numbers were correct on these. It's the type of leather that's on the shoe. It doesn't crease quite as much, and I did say, I did state on there that they need to be professionally cleaned and they need to be professionally like shined up because they're not so shiny. And as you can tell right here, there's a good amount of heel wear, and I did put that in the listings. These still sold for $130 plus shipping, and we just sold another pair in worse condition for $75. So if you see Allen Edmonds shoes, run the code on the inside. There's going to be a little code in here. This one's on the tongue. So if you run that, this code is going to be the 9591 right there. And then go ahead and run that, see what pops up, and then go from there. About pricing, we sold a Kodak. Actually, I think I already said that. Yeah. We sold a Canon, and as you can tell, I wrap a lot of these in saran wrap. And the reason why I do that, also, it keeps all the chargers, batteries, and everything that's there together. This one has a manual and everything, but also, if you put this in a box and the box get rained on, it takes a lot for water to get through this saran wrap. It's saran wrap pretty tight. We've had multiple times where I've sent stuff out, and people have said thank you so much because the box has gotten wet or got rained on or something like that, and the product was still good. Especially it's important when it comes to electronics. Then we also sold another New Wave. This one was actually open box. You could tell it's never been used. A big time indicator is still having these little guys on there, the plastic sheaths. But a huge indicator to see if any type of electronics ever been used is there's a fan back here. The fan cools the item no matter what it is. And if that thing is completely clean, like I'm talking completely clean, whereas no dust, no residue, no nothing on it, majority of the time it's never been used because that fan, you can almost tell immediately if it's ever been turned on. And so that ain't too bad. We got a couple more over here. In this box, we got a pair of Murrells that sold. These only sold for $10 plus shipping, but they came out of the Tony boxes, which she gave those us for free. And then right here, we got some Hokas. These aren't the newer style or anything like that, and these only sold for $30 plus shipping. We got the Troubadour, George Strait Troubadour. I've just picked this up at the 127, so it's only been listed for a couple days. And this sold for $10 plus shipping. And then Kayla's shirt, the Dry Cat 1 shirt, the short sleeve, that was part of her 1v1, 1 versus 1 Goodwill challenge. This sold for $10 plus shipping.